Hello. What's up, y'all? Yeah, yeah. I got caught yawning. How are y'all? I hope you are well. They caught me yawning.
Yes, I am the Lord.
Dial up another month.
Boots, thank you for 56k months. Xavier of Sparta, thank you for 31 months. Celtic Claymore, thank you for 32 months. Get your first pokey stabby. Oh, the vaccine. I think Nakomi and I are getting ours next week. Thankfully. So. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm very glad. The timing is very good so that we can join our buds in good conscience. Vaccinated. I'm still going to wear like 50 masks. Because I love masks now. I love them. They are good in the winter. Yeah, it's like a little scarf. You just have a little scarf on your face. It's perfect. So we're going to be getting into the real shit in Control, from what I understand. So that'll be good. I'm excited. Work has been absolutely fucking wild. I have the opportunity to do a thing, and it's extremely stressful. Basically, I am redesigning an entire one of our stores, and I'm glad to do it because the code for the existing stuff, it's all like hand-me-down. It's just a fuck show. It's just a pile of shit. And I've gotten real tired of like trying to work around various little dumpster fires. So I can now take one and make it completely clean and tailored to our needs and everything. But it's also the first time I've done it on this particular platform, and it's a lot. I'm also doing a very different approach than what we normally do, and I have a feeling that it's not obvious to the old boss that that's how it's going to turn out. And I have a feeling that I'm going to do all of it. I'm going to show what I've done, and he's going to be like, no. The main difference being, how do I explain it? It's not like secret or anything. I'm doing a viewport based layout. So as far as web pages go, there's a lot of different ways you can do them. A lot of web pages will be like a fixed width sort of column thing. But I really, really wanted to do a viewport based thing. So like it's almost like a slideshow in a way. I'm sure you've seen websites like this where the each section of the page is the full screen. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a really good layout paradigm, and it looks bold, and you can really make very efficient use of the space. But everything else that we have is more old looking. It's got fixed widths, you know. If you have a very wide monitor, it's going to be in the middle. There's going to be a lot of empty space on all the sides. So, yeah, I'm afraid that he's going to see it and be like, "Why is everything huge?" And that's as far as we'll get. I hope that that's not the case. I may have to make the argument for why this is good. Actually, I think it's good. We'll see. Also, Jewel, can you fucking make a pod that doesn't goddamn leak? I don't think they can anymore. Every single fucking pod leaks. I told them about this, and they gave me discount codes for free pods. And I'm like, I don't want more leaky pods at any price. I want you to tell me, oh, thank you for telling us about this. We will look into it and get it fixed. They might just be like, they got so ultra fucked by everything that happened at the end of 2019 and through 2020 that I'll be surprised if they're around much longer. I think they got absolutely fucking destroyed. Do I have any data about the user base's typical viewport sizes? Not on hand. It could be obtained. But when I design for web, I design for responsive. So it doesn't really matter for me because I'm going to address every case. And when you boil it down, there's really just two-ish cases. I think a lot of stuff in web dev is way overthought and way over designed and way over coded or engineered or whatever. Like you can really, if you approach the design from a sensible place and don't overcomplicate it, you can kind of boil it down to two, maybe three scenarios, and you're good. You can really get mired in like trying to adjust for every little fucking, like when it comes to phones, they're not standard sizes at all. There's so many now, and the ones that are in use are such a very wide, they really run a wide spectrum. So, you know, it's not just like, okay, everything for 749 pixels wide and I'm good on all phones. No, it's a fucking insane jumble of stuff. So, in my opinion, you just have to try to keep that in mind and design for that, you know. Make a design that adjusts easily to the spectrum that it's going to be exposed to. So like you have your desktop version and that's going to be a spectrum, and then you have your mobile version and that's going to be a spectrum. And if you do it like that, it's much simpler to approach rather than having to write 1 million lines of special media CSS for this phone and this phone and this phone and this phone. But trouble is, a lot of people, I think majority of people involved in that space, they are very particular about every little pixel, you know, like that just it becomes a real mess when you start going down that road too far. It's better to address it at the beginning with a sensible design. That way you don't have to do so much crazy work later. Lord. And the Bushes, thank you for 70 months. I just know that in my experience, most of the stuff that I run into could be, if you redo it, it could be done so much more simply than it is. There's just like piles and piles and piles of useless, unnecessary code. that you just don't have to do. You really don't have to do. But I end up getting stuck having to maintain somebody else's, theme or whatever, that kind of crap. Right. Yeah. Like what causes a lot of it is like, oh, well, this button isn't the exact same width across all devices. Like, is it proportional? I mean, is it in the ballpark? That's probably good enough. Proportional is really the way to go. Trying to be absolutely pixel perfect the same on every single thing just isn't necessary. Right. Does it look fine? I mean, yeah, accessibility, usability are the important parts to me. And then in terms of looks, I feel like looks are fudgeable or fungible or I feel like there's a window within which it looks the same. It may not have exactly the same, proportions or whatever, but if it's functional and it doesn't really look different, if it gives the same impression, then it's achieving the same thing. Anyway, that's what I do day in, day out. That's my world. Oh yeah, it's way easier today to have a good looking site than it ever was. With web fonts and frameworks and browsers are way better now too. I mean, God, I come from the days of when you had to zero everything out. You had to do that whole step of okay, so unless I do this, the baseline behavior of the website is going to be different in Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You had to do all this zeroing out of all the margins, the padding, the just generally the DOM overall needed to be baselined, and it was really obnoxious. And then Bootstrap came along and kind of did that for you. Like that was the big benefit of Bootstrap was that you just slap Bootstrap in and it already did all that, so you didn't have to do that every fucking time. And then nowadays you don't even really need Bootstrap anymore. You can just fucking maybe kill. I think you have to kill margin and padding on HTML and body, and that's it.
Yes, I am the Lord.
Trans rights.
I mean, there are still differences across the browsers, but it's nowhere near as bad. It's nowhere near as extreme as it used to be. Oh yeah, fuck IE6. I lived through that. Fuck that, man. Glad that's over and done and dead. What a nightmare. What a absolute nightmare world that was. Generic Builder, thank you for 14 months. Trans rights. Trans rights. Yeah, the conversion funnel, first, especially in the case of the stuff that I'm doing, like stores and stuff, that's the most important thing. As long as it's all functional and usable and looks relatively, proportionately the same on all devices, if the flow is still there, that's what matters. You need the flow. You need the flow to function so you can convert to sales. But that's another space that's like, mystical and all over the place. Where you start getting into, well, what if this button was a different color? I don't know. Do people click on red more than they click on green? I don't know. Have you accounted for color blindness? What if the button was 1% bigger or 1% smaller? That's another nightmare world. Hey, guess what? That's my that's the nightmare I'm living today. Yeah, A/B testing and stuff. But you have to have enough of a user base to do that. I can't tell you how many times throughout my career, I've had to change something because our A/B test was one user. So it was an A test. That drives me nuts. Like we'll look at stuff and then like one user has an issue and they're like, boy, the whole website's broken. Uh, I don't think so. Why don't we let 100 users or 1,000 users try this and then start making some changes? But that's the web world. I honestly I don't have the problems with CSS and JavaScript that I feel like a lot of people do. And maybe that's because I was always more front end side, but like I'm just not, especially the fact that like today you can automatically compile and minify all that stuff as an extra step that you don't even have to deal with. You can just write your shit and then just boom, let it go compile and the application just uses the final and whatever. Um, and again, I have the same philosophy for all that stuff. Is just I do it as simply as possible. I also try to avoid overloading with libraries, right? It's really um I mean, not from a not invented here perspective, but the thing is like it's very tempting to just use a library for every fucking thing. But that can become a real spaghetti nightmare very easily and quickly. I mean, not only that, but it also is extremely heavy because you're bringing in like if you want to do like a slider, you're bringing in a whole fucking giant library that does slider. It has so many settings and it can do all these different kinds of sliders. So like you pulled this giant thing down that's now attached to your application like a tumor. You have to bring it all in, regardless of what aspects of it you're using. So I try to, again, like when I'm designing, before I've written any code, I already have all this stuff in my mind. Like, okay, well, what kind of CSS am I going to be writing to achieve this? What kind of JavaScript am I going to need to achieve this? Can I do this very slim? You know, can I do this with very little code? So that's the type of approach I'll take when I'm doing the design in the first place, so that when I actually do the code, I already have a plan and it can be very minimal, you know, very light. It doesn't need a whole shitload of libraries to do whatever. But you have to be mindful of not invented here as well. Like you don't want to be writing from scratch or reinventing the wheel things that are very rather complicated and not really, you know, I don't know. It's you have to weigh it, right? But oh god, don't even talk to me about Google page speed. What another nightmare that is. Yeah, it's another one of those things where like the number you can't get to 100 really. Especially depending on what you are running your shit on. Like some platforms, as a baseline, you're not getting anywhere near 100. That's just a fact. It's just how it is on that platform. Um, so yeah, yeah. SEO, honestly, I start falling asleep once you get to the SEO part of the equation. That's not really my bag. I kind of hate it because yeah, it's a lot of mysticism and really boring stuff and keywords and ranking and da 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 da. Like I'm fine with like crossing all the T's, dotting all the I's when it comes to let's have the meta stuff that Google wants. Let's have the da 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 da. Whatever Google wants, Google gets. But outside of that, like the moving target stuff is what drives me up the wall. It's like, dude, I don't know. Who knows? Does anybody know? I don't know. I don't want to do any of that stuff. Hate that shit. Yeah, Google Lighthouse is it's a fuck. It is a fuck. I end up using a whole bunch of sites to really because there's other sites that give you a better real sense of your page speed. in my opinion. Google, you get... Oh, no. Did GT Metrics move to Lighthouse? Rip. I was going to say GT Metrics was one of the ones that I used. Not anymore, I guess. I don't know. Well, we're going to be doing more control. Let's get to it, shall we? Shall we get to it? Let's. Where I left off was we were chasing a janitor. Let us continue chasing that janitor. But yeah, I actually do the part I enjoy more than anything, and I actually had trouble pulling myself away from it, is taking a design layout that I've come up with and then translating that into a clean, light, responsive, functional layout. I really enjoy doing that still. Through everything with web dev, I still really like that. I almost find it addictive. Sometimes. Sometimes it's a fucking nightmare. There was a section that I was working on today where I was like, why did I do this to myself? Because it was something that could be done simply, but it's like it was on the edge of like conflicting with other ways that I was trying to implement the layout that made it harder than it needed to be, and I was really starting to pull my hair out. I managed to get through it, but woof. Right. So there's this bit where if you die, you get thrown all the way back to here. And that's where we are. I don't remember how I died, though. Yeah, I'm not going down there, you guys. I am going down here. And then something somewhere here killed me. Like shortly after I got out here. Was it like one dude? No, I killed him, no problem. Oh, this room started to fill with dudes and I ended up stuck out there without access to health. Right. Okay. And this will bring the friends. Yep, here they come. Damn. Yikes. Oh, come on. How many did he have? 3, I guess. He had 3. And back here. God, these checkpoints, man. It's alright. Third time is definitely the charm. I can feel it. This outfit actually looks extremely comfy. Sweatshirt, sweatpants. Alright, let's do this. I couldn't get down. I couldn't get off of the fucking wall. I got stuck up there. Third time is extremely not the charm. I think I accidentally did a butt slam on the wall, and that kept me up there longer than I intended to be. I just wish there was a checkpoint there so I wouldn't have to keep coming all the way back here and do this walk over and over. Yeah, 4th time's the charm. Ooh. See, just keep coming. I destroyed his knees. He has no knees. My ride is here.
Särkyy ikuisuuteen, laukaus kajahtaa. Ei onnellista loppua hän kohtaa milloinkaan. Niin monta kertaa kerrottu, tää tarina jo on. Sankarilla 1000 kasvoa.
This place is wild.
There's something up ahead. Do you see it?
Just looking for secrets real quick. There are none. Plastic tree supplement. Holiday Memories Tree. Altered item 14. Supplementary materials. Excerpt from Altered Speech of Altered Item 14 by Dr. Theodore Ash. The results are incredible, but more so the speed of discovery this allows us. Altered Item 14 copies our speech, but after numerous tests, we discovered that certain words are missing from its vocabulary. We began isolating these words, cross-referencing them with esoteric texts from the early days of the Bureau. We found that these words, when arranged in particular formations and spoken at varying speeds and cadences, elicit a reaction from altered materials. We tested the specific string of words, a formula, if you will, on the other altered items kept in the examination hall. Varying physical responses were recorded with each one, with an 82% success rate. We've proven that words can tangibly affect these items. Specific applications must be explored, possibly for containment or identification purposes. This will drastically change our approach moving forward. And to think, there are still more words to be found. So those are the rituals that they ended up using when they would encounter an altered item outside of the oldest house. They're based on the words that the plastic tree didn't know.
Kestävä ruottalaisen velikset kunnon löylyt. Samma på svenska! Hei, girl. Morfin. Holidays holy.
Adi?
Did you miss me? Did you have piss in your sock? Yes. No. Bark don't make a wound. You did good. Take my cassette player. You can borrow it. The song is a present from my friends to you. It will get you through the maze so you can do your job.
Okay.
Did that really just happen? Of course it did. He gave me his cassette player. It'll get me through the maze, huh? The janitor always has the keys.
I like how the health items, the further away you get, the more intense they are. So they just look insane this far out. It looks like this ends up here. Crazy. Ugh. I like levitating. My shield sucks. But I levitate a lot, so I'm going to do this.
Yes, I am the Lord.
Cokek waited a few days to share my 56-month sub, so it fell on my birthday. Cokek.
Happy birthday, Matanks. Thank you for 56 months. All right. Let us go. Oh god, what was it? Luck and probability or central research? Oh wait, no. There's a fucking thing. Oh, it's right at the top. I'm blind. I forgot that we had that. So how does this help me with the ashtray maze?
Take control.
Happy birthday, it's Gemitex.
Rage Age, thank you for the biddy.
Take control. Take control.
God damn. This ends the song. I got shot in the side. I was about to dodge, too. This starts the ashtray maze over. Oh, it didn't start it completely over. That's good. God damn. All right. Where? What? Hold on. Okay, alright.
I am the Lord.
Ah. Sorry, just had to get that out.
So Sarah, thank you for 45 months. Oh, have we done it?
That was awesome.
Projector. The expedition into Slidescape 36. What Darling brought back changed everything.
Oh, what, wrong. Wrong. Oh. Okay. Let's do this now.
We used the slide projector. I led the expeditions into Slidescape 36. They told me not to go. The director should not put himself in danger. I told them to fuck off. I've seen action before, and I had to witness this myself. To find some meaning in all of this, I couldn't sit on my ass, alone with my thoughts, my memories. Anything but that. Those who survived were deeply affected by what we found there, by what Darling brought back. It changed everything. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing remains to be seen. But I did find my meaning in that desert. A sound, like a needle drilling in, cutting through the containment suit, reverberating in the base of my skull. My whole being. Darling said it was nothing, but he was wrong. It's been there ever since, growing into a certainty, into an understanding of what's at stake here, what kind of a threat we're facing, and what must be done to stop it.
I still love those. Ashtray and cigarettes. Object of power 11. Containment procedure. No unique procedures required. Description: para-utility. The object is a steel ashtray with a maze engraved on its bottom. An ever-burning cigarette rests in it. When bound, the object allows para-utilitarians to create a maze of shifting corridors without adjusting the dimensions of the space around it. This maze forms wherever the object is placed. Only the binder can navigate the maze, though they may allow others through. The object is currently bound to Director Trench. Background. The object was discovered at Redacted by a team of rangers sent to a care facility for the elderly that had become the center of numerous missing persons reports. Local authorities also disappeared inside after responding to reports. Agent Redacted discovered the object in a Redacted, which indicates it was the source of the disappearances. The whereabouts of the missing persons are still unknown, though they are presumed to be lost in the maze. Cool. Eight minutes, yeah. Has anyone else seen that janitor mopping up around here? Isn't this a restricted access area? Who gave him permission to come in here? And how the fuck did he get through the maze? Dr. Tan. Oh, that janitor is easily the most powerful
Yeah, you want
entity.
me here. Finding the projector was how this all began. What started in ordinary ends here. You, me, Dylan. We've all come full circle.
To all dimensional research staff, I've heard that numerous people have been complaining about the sand piled up around dimensional research. This sand is precious research material from a foreign dimension and will be examined more thoroughly when I have the time. If you attempt to clean or dispose of this sand, I will bar you from any future research endeavor. You will spend the rest of your career licking envelopes in a cubicle staring at a cat poster. Do not touch my sand, Dr. Darling. I'm so conflicted on Dr. Darling. I kind of want to like him. Oh, here's the sand. But simultaneously, well, a good way of explaining it might be, I watched a video last night about Los Alamos labs and the plutonium experiments, the human plutonium experiments, and how one of the scientists there took it upon himself to perform autopsies on people who'd been exposed to plutonium and then harvest their internals for research without permission. And other scientists there, as well as him, also injected people with plutonium without their knowledge, again, to study the effect of plutonium on people's bodies. And they never thought they were doing anything wrong.
There was a doorway here. To where Dylan and I went, where the projector took us, where we met you. The Bureau opened the same door here, but there's just an echo now. Are you close? Just on the other side?
Yeah, the actor for Dr. Darling did an amazing job. Yeah, that's the thing is, I don't think it's been made explicit anywhere. What is that? Weapon mods? But it seems extremely likely that Dr. Darling probably has done horribly unethical things. I'm not sure. There's probably has been some stuff that was explicit. I'm just not remembering it off the top of my head. Get rid of that.
The projector's not here. Moved again. What did Darling do with it? I've got to find out.
The projected image from each slide is a physical portal into another dimension. Only one slide remains. Dylan's sister burned the rest in ordinary before we could intercept. The text on it, color slide film, this side towards screen, and the number 36. The topography of slidescape 36 bears deep wave marks. On the slide and in the distance, there's a formation of 5 pillars like crude, outstretched fingers. There were casualties on our first expedition. Communication is an issue. There is no sound there, as if you've gone deaf. And radios don't work. Correction, resonance from an unknown source in part within the range of audible frequency. It acts in unpredictable ways,
Yes.
causing feedback loops that can tear you apart. Trench insists he heard something else. It made his ears bleed.
Yes.
Our equipment
I am
found
the
no
Lord.
evidence of anything beyond the primary resonance.
Top Herb. Thank you for that prime
Trench's
sub. Welcome to the
medical tests
cohorts.
show nothing amiss. The projected image from each slide is a physical portal into another dimension. Only one slide remains. And Dylan's sister burned the rest in ordinary before we could intercept. The text on
Oh.
There's deep wave marks. On the slide and in the distance, there's a formation of 5 pillars like crude, outstretched fingers. There were casualties on our first expedition.
It bugs me that it doesn't fully close,
Communication is an issue.
but whatever.
There is no sound there, as if you...
That's where I came up. I think. Hedron Research Lab. Ah. This is the elevator down. Okay. Looks like we're in the Dr. Darling zone. Excuse me, why did that switch? Which one's the new one? Let's just click this. Okay, what's that? Hedron containment and siphoning practices. Summary. Hedron and Hedron resonance are arguably the greatest assets this Bureau has ever possessed. The security of Hedron is unspeakably vital, which is why we have redacted from the majority of Bureau employees. This report details the containment procedures required for the Hedron containment chamber, including details on the redacted, being pumped into the containment cell, mechanical upkeep of the resonance siphons, and the arrangement of the acoustic pillars to dampen or amplify the sonic range of the chamber. Note, for more information on the proper operational procedures of the resonance siphons, an additional report is coming soon. Refer to file 7-31-1830 for full report. I wonder if there's anything more to this.
The projected image from each slide is a physical portal into another dimension. Only one slide remains. Dylan's sister burned the rest in ordinary.
Okay. Shit. Is this not correct? Oh, it isn't. There we go.
Expedition 3. We located the source of the resonance in Slidescape 36. It is an entity, a living organism of a considerable mass. I've named it Hedron based on its physical shape.
Hedron.
We built a
Was
container
that
for it.
you? Did he bring you here? Is that why you brought me here?
Whoa.
You're here. You're here. They have you. I know you. I remember her from Ordinary. I thought I'd never see you again. Hang on, I'm coming.
Well, that's a lot. Final message.
Yes. Expedition 3. We located the source of the resonance in Slidescape 36. It is an entity, a living organism of a considerable mass. I've named it Hedron based on its physical shape, the part that we can perceive. I honestly think there's the resonance it emits, the frequencies. We've never seen anything like it. We've built a container for it, and we brought it in. This changes everything. It's beyond our understanding. We have brought so many questions with us through that hole in the wall. I will dedicate. I'm never going home. Okay.
What? He's fully naked. No, okay, he's got boxers on.
I'm Dr. Casper Darling, and this is my final message. It's not the end. But after this, I won't. I exposed myself to Hedron resonance fully. It's changing me. I've seen... I've been shown so much. Slidescape 36 was where Hedron stopped the spread of another. It's terrifying. It really is. It's another source of resonance. Trench was exposed to this other. It will now spread. I've done everything I can to stop it. The Hedron resonance amplifiers. I don't know if it'll make a difference. I won't be here when it happens. I should have told him any more. I'm being sent one more lesson. Something wonderful, I think.
He's in pretty good shape. I didn't expect Dr. Darling to be in very good shape. But of course, it's just an actor. So, the actor's in good shape. Dr. Caspar Daddy Darling. Well, that was something.
Yes, I am the Lord.
Are those muscle shorts?
Oh, it was playing back here. I was supposed to turn around and find it. That's okay.
I'm Dr. Caspar Darling, and this is my final message.
Rectification, thank you for 22 months. I can fly, but I'm gonna take the elevator. Don't want to let the levitation go to my head, you know? That's a big button.
Through here? You are coming through so strong. Darling used this HRA to lock the door. I have to rip it off to get in. Are you sure? Okay, I'll be there. Hang on.
And Jesse's dead.
Hi. I made it.
The hole in your room is a hole in you. You gave it, we let you into the hole in you! You have always been here. The only child. A copy of a copy of a copy!
No. Why did you... This was...
Sorry. I'm definitely interrupting an important moment. But I am losing audio entirely at an important moment, so it kind of overrides the situation. I want to hear what's going on. Copy of a copy of a... Look what you gonna do. Yeah, battery was dying at a bad time. I have rechargeables in there, but they ran out.
It's a mistake.
So it was a trick. I was starting to get the feeling it was probably a trick.
away! Get away from her! I'll stop them!
Oh shit. We Akira now. Whoa. Cover me. Oh god. Damn! It was not recharging fast enough. My bad, y'all. Oh. Well, at least it's just walking up and then through the door, but damn. Oh, and I don't have to start over. I just have to climb up. It's fine. I don't know. It kind of feels like you may as well just start me like at the beginning, or I don't know. Oops. Hey guys. This sucks. Oh boy. What even happened just then? I was standing behind a giant dish. What could hit me there? Crush myself? Can you? Is there a shortcut, or do you have to really come up all the way from the bottom? Like, if I jump here... Yeah, I can't really. Whoa! That was close. What? I don't accept this. They got erased, but their grenade did not. That's just a container.
Comes down and there's nothing there. It's just the cell and death. I was wrong. There was never anything there. Hello? Polaris, are you there? You can't let this happen. Please let me sleep. Please. I just want to sleep. Now let me sleep.
You are a worm through time. The thunder song distorts you. Happiness comes. Light carols you out.
That's how it ends? Oh, do we have silent credits because streamer settings? Rip. Well. Is it a fake out? It is. Here comes hiss words. Nice.
You can't find good help.
Federal Bureau of Control, how may I help you?
I need those field reports typed up and in management's hands first thing
The
tomorrow.
Bureau's the best at what it does. Protecting everyday Americans from foreign threats.
There's the new girl, standing around daydreaming, when she should be getting work done. Who the hell does she think she is? The director?
I'll do my best.
You're late.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Oh my god.
Don't let it go to your head.
Let me know if you need anything else.
Jesus. There's so many.
Fine. Get out of here.
Anything for the Bureau.
Time is money.
I am so sorry. I'm new here.
I've got nothing more for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, he's not in. No, not today. A research project he has to oversee? Yes, top secret stuff. Strictly classified. Oh, he is, isn't he? Did you see him sing karaoke at the Christmas party? Oh, really? Did you hear? We have a crisis on our hands. Yes, we have a serious situation.
It's on again.
I'm on it.
Yes, really. Yeah, it's great. Oh, I'll call you later. Okay. Yes, we will. Bye.
Did you see that? That folder became a forearm bones. Nope, it became a skull. It's a top cup now. Yep, just normal office stuff. No big deal. Should I just leave?
Right away, sir.
Was this his land?
Are you sure you are not lost? Maybe you can find yourself in the director's office.
Not now. I'm busy. Come back later.
Sorry.
The nerve of this woman. Who does she think she is? Someone has to take it to him.
Oh, great. I was just waiting for my mail. Just leave it on the desk there, please. So you're the... Please, take the outgoing mail as well. Thank you. Very good.
What is happening? I don't like this. No, this isn't me. I'm not me. I can't. Why can't I feel you? Oh, I've forgotten something. I can't think. Oh, I'm lost. Oh, where are you? I can't feel anything. I don't want to be alone here.
Can't find good help these days.
Where am I? What is this? Why won't it end? Wake up, please. I want to go home.
Oh, have you seen him? Mr. Faden, the new director? Oh, yeah. Very handsome. With Helen gone as well, he'll be needing a new secretary, don't you think? They say he is very smart as well. It'd be great to have someone in charge who can really put the Bureau back on the map.
It's on the desk. Forgot something.
You should keep trying. You are getting closer.
I need to go inside. I need to keep moving.
job. Time is money. I've got nothing more for you. You're dismissed. Fine. Now get out of here. Fine. Get out of here. I've got nothing more for you.
Why do they keep you around?
That'll be all.
Don't let it go to your head. You're dismissed.
Is that because I stepped on the plant?
That'll be all. You're late. Oh, have you seen him? Do your job. Doesn't she know how dangerous the old director is? He's unstable. He'll tear her apart.
We've been invaded. I must act. I have a plan. An answer. I'll take the slide projector to the nostalgia department. I'll turn it on. I'll bring the hiss in. I'll fix this. I can hear them plotting against me. We've been invaded, corrupted. I've lost Darling. He was the first to go. He's been exposed to Hedron's resonance. It controls him now. It controls everyone who wears the amplifier device. I ordered them not to use the damn things. They didn't listen. Hedron corrupted the Bureau. They'll never be people again. They're either dead or they're monsters. I'll stop them. I have a secret ally. The nostalgia department. I have my own slide for the projector. I took it. A memento. In ordinary. After the girl burned them. It's burnt, but it'll work. The hiss will save us all. I lost my train of thought. It's confused. Like, somebody, switching channels too fast. I see so much, but it's too fast. On the expedition through the slide, something got into my ear, and it hurt at first. But then it didn't. It started as a distant whisper, like something you hear in a dream. A faraway voice calling you to wake up. I'd open my eyes with those words still on my lips. See, in the dream, they had made perfect sense, but awake, they're like a foreign language, already forgotten. Then the sense of loss hits.
Does sound very much like what's his name? Yeah, I can't remember his name either.
You see, I was being taught a song, a poem, a prayer that would light up my world and make me break through, make all this pain worth it. Something once lost was found, and it made a home in me. A spring with, like, waves carving me, making me see. And it grew until it filled me. And I receded deeper into myself, into this office, locked in this oldest house, which is my aging body. I stared in awe through the peephole, and I was filled with knowledge. And
this is really going on.
You know, I often feel like I'm being watched. Yeah, like there's someone watching me. They can see me, but I can't see them. I remember it was like this dream I had last night. See, there was this man, here, in this very room.
It is creepy.
Well, sometimes he was a plumber, unclogging the drain, and because there was a fish stuck there. Yeah, a big fish. But sometimes he was an old god, you see, and he had put the fish there in the first place to keep the waste. There was rising waste from leaking out, so he was he was conflicted, but he knew many things. But he was also sort of senile, like me. It was more like a riddle or an omen. It wasn't a very good one or an interesting one, but I get so confused so easily. It's so very hard to follow everything that's happening.
Good job, voice actor. Very good.
I won't let them win. That's how it happened. The hiss got Trench first. He turned on the projector. He let them in. I have to remember the hiss. The hiss is the enemy. This is all inside my head. The hiss burrowing in. I'm trapped in here. They're taking over. I'm done with this. Fuck this shit.
So the hiss trap you inside yourself and then make you do office work for eternity? Is that how it works?
I will fight this. I will find a way to push them out.
Welcome back. I knew I chose a good assistant.
You know, I didn't want to love him because it seemed too obvious that he was going to be like, this is the character you're supposed to love. I love him.
I need my gun.
The thunderstorms don't chase you. Happiness comes. White pearls with yellow and red in the eye. Through a mirror in the earth is made right. Leave your insides by the door. Push the fingers through the surface into the wet. You've always been. You want this to be true. You stand around you while you dream. You can all feel your worth, but you forget. This happens more and more now.
The passion in this is really, really good. Oh yeah, this is definitely a cat feeding a cat.
Repeat the word, the name of the sound. It resonates in your house. And the song. Time for applause. We build you till you are a worm through time. The thunder soul sorts you.
I know what I must do. Start at the beginning. I should have seen it earlier. This is my mess to clean up. My fight. No one else's. I am the director.
I am the director. Hello, director.
Hello, this is Dr. Casper Darling. I have a classified message for the director of the Federal Bureau of Control. I have sad news. Hedron is gone now, but it was not a source. It was a catalyst. Do you understand? You must go to my office, the Endgame. It will be revealed.
Oh, the end of the game is there. I'll just go end the game.
Thunder song distorts you. Happiness comes. White pearls, but yellow and red in the eye. Room mirror inverted is made right. Leave your insides by the door. Push your fingers through the surface into the wet. You have always been the new you. You want this to be true. We stand where you are. Also, your thunder song distorts you. Thunder song distorts you. Happiness, white pearls, but yellow and red. Thunder song distorts you. Happiness comes. White pearls, but yellow and red. Thunder song distorts you. Happiness comes. Thunder song distorts you. Happiness distorts you. White pearls, but yellow and red. White pearls, but yellow and red.
You're gone. Dead. I can't feel you. I can't. This is what Dylan wanted all along. But there's something. I can feel it, but I don't know what. The motel is a place of power, of change, a place to pass through, connecting everything. This is a dream inside my head. Why shouldn't it take me anywhere I want to go?
Very good.
Really?
Nobody knew her name, but she turned out just the same. There was a knock on the door, a thump on the floor, and the party turned insane as she called out her name. And she walked in looking like dynamite. She said, "Now come along and boogaloo through the night." And by the way she's moving, well, dynamite.
This is so weird. But it is my head. You are such a weirdo, Jesse.
Wait, so this isn't the regular motel.
Grow brighter around one constant. They revolve. Hedron is dead, but you're alive here in me. Maybe Hedron put you in our heads when we met her. Maybe you were always there. And she was just trying to teach me how to trigger you. Maybe I'll never understand. Maybe I don't need to. Trench was the first to be corrupted by the hiss. Slowly, over the years. His need for control only made it worse. It was Trench who took the projector to the nostalgia department. He opened the door to the hiss. Just like that. With Hedron dead, the hiss tried to corrupt me too. But I'm stronger than them. We're stronger. They're waiting. They'll try to stop us.
I'm good. We have that. Surprised we don't have any other like special hotline messages, but this is fine. In fact, hold on. Trench board. We didn't get one for the Darling message, but maybe that wasn't real because it was all a dreamland.
My sister had this dream. A bad dream. And the whole world was dreaming with her.
Dylan?
She convinced herself that she was awake. She's always been stubborn. I knew I had to end her dream. I had to wake her up. I had to rip down the poster she'd been staring at. Cut off her eyelids to make her see. To save her.
I know he's still there somewhere. Locked inside. I know, because that's how it was for me.
This looks like an arena. And it is. Whoops. He'll be fine. Fine. Hate those things. They're the worst. starting to feel like Echo.
And the truth will spark out of you! You are home! You remind us of home! You've taken your boss, you!
Dylan's in a coma. I don't know if there's anything of him left in there. If he'll ever find his way back. The portal's been closed, but the hiss is still in the oldest house. And the lockdown can't be lifted as long as any trace of it remains. I'm working on a solution with my management team, but there is still a long road ahead. I'm the director of the Federal Bureau of Control. We're in this together. You and I.
That feels like yet another bamboozle. Doesn't seem like how this would end. Or maybe it is how it would end. I don't know. Yeah, more of a boss fight. That was just like waves of stuff. Is that the song they used at the end of this? Like, for real? Oh, man. No. Okay. Right, yeah. It would have been an amazing song to end with. It would have been perfect. Yeah. If I would have played this when it came out, that would have been before the DMCA destruction. And we'd have music right now. The note about the service weapon, I don't know. Unfortunately, my sessions have been kind of spread out. And I found a lot of notes. Like, I don't know if it tracks like what percentage of the shit that you found, but I feel like I found a pretty high percentage of the notes, and I read every single one that I found. Yeah, give me a hint. Yeah, maybe I only found a tiny amount. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did. We found that note and we had that discussion. Very much so. There's a lot of things in this that the game touched on that I feel like I wanted to or wish we would have explored more. And I think there were probably opportunities for certain things to be explored that I never just didn't do because they were like side missions or whatever, and I started just driving towards the end. Like the anchor battle seemed like a unique one. I thought maybe there would be more object of power or altered item battles of sorts, but that didn't really occur. But the ones that they did do were interesting. Particularly, I liked the rubber ducky. I liked the outlet that wasn't an altered item at all. It was just an outlet that was hanging out in the middle of a fucking panic room. A bunker. Or whatever. I've forgotten what they were called now. I don't know if that was always there or if you saw that, Dave, on your playthrough, but the side mission that leads to the anchor when you go into that secured room, immediately in the middle of the floor, it looks like it's meant to be there, is an outlet that's supposed to be on a wall. And I was like, oh, there it is. Because an outlet floating an inch above the ground, believable as an altered item based off of the things that are in there, in the game, I mean. So for a good couple of seconds, I thought that I was going to be dealing with a floating power outlet. It's just a glitch. It wasn't just in a hallway. So that particular, there's a secure door, and normally they're just a small room, but in that one, when you open it up, it is a hallway that goes and leads to where the anchor is. But it was positioned such that once you opened the door, you saw it sitting there, and it was like, oh, there it is. Yeah. It was an Altered World event. But yeah, what else? I really, really liked the fridge thing. The fridge thing was fun. That one was cool. Some of them were sort of boring. The mannequin was kind of boring and confusing. And I only solved that one accidentally. Yeah, I would like to check out the DLC and stuff. We don't have a whole lot of time for that tonight, though. I imagine they're going to be longer than 25 minutes altogether. Yeah. They're pretty long. Oh, they're like 5 hours each? Awesome. That's excellent. What's with all the barking? Choo-choo. Hey. Come here. Come here, my special son. No, come on. Joe. Is someone out there? He's just mad. Mad about something. My apologies. Hey, Mr. Boy. You just came in here to run a circle around my chair? It is kind of funny how little dogs still do the big dog barking thing, even though they are absolutely ineffectual. You are the director of the Federal Bureau of Control. The crisis is not over and your work is not done. Execute board countermeasures and bureau alerts to fight the ongoing hiss threat. Search the dangerous depths of the oldest house for classified bureau secrets and hidden clues. Awesome. Badass. So this is how it is, or how it was even before the DLC? Hey, bud. Hey. Whoa. What was happening? Did you solve it? Did you figure it out? No? It's not over? Hi. It's okay, bud. Careful. What was going on? What was going on out there? Woof. Woof. Woof, woof. Alright, you can go. I turned the album on because I thought nothing else was going to happen, or I thought the credits were going to go on longer. So I thought I'd give us some soundtrack. Nice. So now all the things I didn't do, I can do.
Shawshank Redemption. That's the name of the movie I was thinking of earlier. Not important, but that was it.
New mission, the Foundation. Whoops. Ooh. Endless grind? Hold on. Let me turn that off. Oh, from the literal first sentence of the game?
My reflection trapped in the darkness of the coffee I nurse. The rain turned the lights of the city into a mosaic on the windows. The day's paper lists all the things wrong in the world. The list grows longer by the day. The difference between the morning and the night. Coffee. Whiskey. No other difference. The alarm goes off at 5 a.m. It feels like I just closed my eyes. It's dark. I sit up on the bed in the gloom. I get up, I shower. The driver waits for me downstairs, takes me to the oldest house. An old man stares at me in the car window. It's raining. It's dark. Late at night, he brings me back here. It's not a home, it's a room where I sleep in, waking up just as tired as I was before going to bed. Endless grind.
Sounds like life. Thanks, the board. Feels good to be a winner. We have case files. Slide projector, object power 15. Containment procedure redacted. Description / para utility. The object is a redacted with a vertical tray. Why is that redacted? It's a projector with a vertical tray. The object creates redacted. See Dr. Darling presentation 26.1 for more details. The only redacted to successfully produce this effect resulted in the capture of redacted. See Dr. Darling presentation 26.3 for more details. Object has not been successfully bound. The para utility of this object does not require binding. Background. Discovered when the Bureau responded to redacted. See Altered World Event 24 case file for more information. Many of the accompanying redacted were redacted. See files on P6, P7 for details. The entirety of the redacted was transported to the Bureau for examination to find additional redacted or other altered materials. Nice. Let's see what Emily's up to these days.
Where are the files on parasitic entities I asked for?
I found a couple of relevant files in Dr. Darling's office. I'd have to dig through the archives for the rest, but I'm not going to come. Not with the altered items loose.
Then go see if any ranger squads are available for a file retrieval mission.
Analysis of Hiss Threat Part 5. Summary. Hiss corruption manifests in vastly different ways. Some hosts remain largely unchanged, while others are barely recognizable as human. What determines this level of alteration? Is it the duration of corruption? It could simply be an evolutionary process, each entity representing a stage of growth in an undiscovered linear progression leading towards what? Additionally, Hiss entities possess various paranatural abilities. How have they achieved this? Do they gain them from corrupting objects of power? Have they corrupted a single highly talented para-utilitarian and divided their access to paranatural abilities across the network of his corrupted hosts? As a scientist, I am hindered by the sheer number of questions. It's difficult to identify where one should begin. What is the most pertinent question? How do we kill it? That seems like a good start. Refer to file redacted for full report. What up, Pope?
Jesse, good to see you. We've got Dylan situated in his containment cell like you asked. I've got medical staff running tests as we speak, and I'd be happy to walk you through the details later. Other than that, what's next?
With the slide projector turned off, the hiss are shut out, but we're stuck with the ones already here. We can't lift the lockdown until they're all eradicated. If any hiss ever got out, that would be the end of everything.
Well, eliminating them all will take time. Look, I'll do what I can on my end, but my research is progressing slower than I'd like.
I think I can help with that. I am making you the head of research, effective immediately. I want you to use everything the Bureau has, every resource, every confidential scrap of data, and find a way to keep the hiss out for good.
That's... really? I mean, yes, I can certainly... yes! Yes, I accept.
You'll do great. Besides, I didn't really have anyone else lined up.
I'm honored, Jesse, really. Thank you.
She just sits back like, bitch.
I've looked through the docs we found in Dimensional Research. That slide projector is extremely powerful. You were right to shut it down.
How do you feel about me taking over as director?
You act like it just happened. You've been director since we first met, remember? I'm still thrilled. Nothing's changed. Not for me. But the Bureau has changed. Trench and Darling are gone. Their knowledge, anything not written down, disappeared with them. They knew the Bureau better than anyone.
They're the Bureau's past, Emily. We won't operate like they did. We'll learn from their mistakes. We'll be better than they ever were. We won't ever be like them.
Cool.
When the hiss got into my head, I saw some weird things. I think Darling even spoke to me. Does that make any sense to you?
Empirically, no, but phantom voices as well as hallucinatory states are not uncommon here. And considering the forces that Dr. Darling was working with, he could have been transferred to a different plane of consciousness, physically or otherwise.
And that doesn't upset you?
Oh, very. And the fact that he hid those forces from me, it's infuriating. But Darling's dream was always to look beyond our reality. This time he may have taken a step too far, but as long as his consciousness can perceive his surroundings, I'm sure he's loving it.
Maybe Darling was just trying to protect you from the darker side of his work.
Fuck that. I'm not a child. Like, don't just assume I'm gonna consider something morally repugnant.
Which it all was.
Which it all was, of course.
Yes, I do remember my one episode on Hermitcraft. Unless you mean the Feed the Beast stuff.
How was Dylan?
The same. I can't detect any his activity, but his physiology has certainly been altered by it. And I can't tell if his brain activity is genuine or simply the aftermath of the hiss, like spasms. Dylan could wake up tomorrow for all I know. I really can't say.
Then I just have to wait for him. That's fair. He waited a long time for me.
Don't worry. We'll be monitoring him round the clock. If he wakes up, we'll be ready. I don't mean that in a hostile way, just... well, you know.
I hear you. My brother isn't exactly popular around
What's that? Is it lunchtime at the Bureau?
I hope one day he'll have the chance to change that. So, there was a moment after Hedron died that I couldn't feel my powers. The hiss got into my head. Just for a moment.
So that explains the HRA outage. Before we knew what was happening, the hiss had us. They were in my head. I saw terrible things. I mean, I was about to go under forever when the hiss was pushed back. The HRAs had come back on. Dylan vanished afterwards, and we fought off the hiss that came after him. So if Hedron's death knocked out the HRAs, that means there must be a new local source for them to relay, which I'm guessing must be...
me.
You. Hedron is dead, assuming that word even applies to a resonant-based life form. But whatever it awakened in you, the power you call Polaris, is still active. Or at least, that's what my instruments are telling me.
I don't think we're ever gonna understand all of this. And I'm okay with that. I'm just glad you're here with me. That's good to know. Thanks, Emily. I found Dylan attacking the astral plane and the board. What was he hoping to accomplish?
Huh. Since they arrived, Hiss have been corrupting objects of power, which have an inherent link to the astral plane. Maybe their goal was to access the astral plane and the board itself.
That still doesn't tell us why.
His motives are a difficult thing to work out, but I have been digging through confidential files and noticed a strange gap in knowledge regarding the board. Looks like any data on them has either been deleted or was never gathered in the first place.
Then maybe it's time someone looked into that.
Maybe it is.
What was Jessie doing there? She went, maybe it's time someone looked into that. Weird move.
Well, I've got a bureau to run. See you soon.
Yes, ma'am, Director Faden.
Please, Emily. Not even as a joke.
The slide projector requires a slide to open dimensional doorways, then which is the object of power? The slide or the slide projector?
Talk to the board. Wow, okay.
Good to see you, man.
Any luck finding the armory?
I think I'm gonna hit the hotline chamber and then
Director Faden did a
call it a night, my
in this,
friends.
especially considering how much
That's DLC? What's DLC? Oh, the Foundation? Should I save this for another time then? I'm just so very curious. Okay. Well, I actually probably could change my outfit. I would bet that the original outfit and the P7 outfit are still available. Oh. Oh! And the office assistant outfit. This is the best outfit. This one's a close runner-up. Oh, I can level up as well. Is there a cap on this, or when you do more missions, you still keep earning points? Is that how this works? I need one more point, and then I'll be maximum levitation. I would like to do a lot more of this, so I'm definitely going to be doing the DLCs. I'd like to also do whatever missions remain for me, like tracking down... Yeah. Oh, I just have to return to Langston. I think there was other stuff like that, though. Yeah. The self-reflection one sounded interesting. Cool, 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 cool. We will do more. Oh yeah, I didn't do any of Ati's missions either, so... Yeah, we'll be definitely doing more. Tomorrow... as per every Wednesday, it is maybe Space Cops. It depends very much on how things are going with Good. And from what I understand, I think there's probably a good chance that we won't be doing Cops. So yeah, Gun is, I would say, the likeliest on the table. As an alternative. So it's either going to be Space Cops or Gun with the Gun Friends. So thank you for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night.